Put your hands together for Mr. Spencer Tegtmeyer.
I just want to take as long as possible to get to the mic. Keep you guys clapping. How you guys doing? Are you guys doing good? That's great. If you guys are anything like me, when you're watching lesbian porn, you're like, you know what this is missing? A dude. Right? Also, get these chicks out of here. It's gonna be this for the next 15 minutes, guys. You can get on board whenever you want. When I was 6, I killed a kid with a boomerang. And it still comes back to haunt me. So I am a stay-at-home son. I threw a roast for myself and no one showed up. And I was like, you guys are good. A few of you are on board so far, that's fun. I used to do mean things to my dog. Like I would put peanut butter all over my penis and then not let him have any of it. I was showing someone a picture of me, and he goes, dude, your girlfriend has great tits. And I was actually, that's my sister. And thanks. No? All right. I dated someone I worked with. That was awkward, you know, getting broken up with, then having to go into work the next day and fire her. Growing up, my mom would always complain about how she never got to go to Paris. You know, it seemed every day she would complain that she never got to go to Paris. So finally, after 25 years of marriage, my dad saved up some money and got a divorce. A few of you seem to be enjoying that as quietly as possible, trying to keep it down. I'm not getting paid for this. It's only worth it if I get a really good video out of this, so it's fine. It was only 3.5 hours here, drive. It was funny how my pastor tried to get me to go to church when I was a kid. You know, it'd be like, don't you want to be with your grandma after you die? And I'd be like, no. And he was like, well, you better start going to church. Oh, looks like there's an audience in the crowd tonight. Glad you guys can make it out. Was it just because I said how long I have to drive home tonight? You're trying to make it a less sad drive. Thanks. I think my mom's side of the family is a lot more attractive than my dad's side of the family. You know, like all my uncles on my dad's side of the family look like child molesters, you know. But my mom's brother, you can't even tell. That he's a child molester. Woman in the front row with her arms crossed. Can we get her in my video? I don't need to be in the rest of my video. Just her. Well, you'll love this next joke. My friend was telling me about how much he loves it when his girlfriend sticks a finger in his butt. So I thought I'd try it, right? He got so mad at me. Nope, still not impressed. My girlfriend says her new vibrator could replace me if she wanted it to. Apparently they make a 3-inch vibrator that comes on your favorite shirt immediately. Hey, you guys know that Vin Diesel's real name isn't Vin Diesel? Yeah, it's Mark Sinclair. You know, which makes sense because Vin Diesel's too cool of a name. You know, it's as cool as it is uncool to start calling yourself Vin Diesel. Because that's what he did. Like, imagine if you just went up to your friends and you were like, hey, from now on, call me Vin Diesel. Diesel, like the fuel, because I'm like explosive. And then Vin, like Vin Diesel. You know when you think a fart's gonna be awesome and then it comes out all stupid? And you're like, that sounded way better in my ass. Probably could have picked a better set list, but I'm committed at this point. I actually cut out some poop jokes. At my house, we don't close the bathroom door. We figure, why bother? I mean, we're all family. And we're all in the bathroom. I saw a woman who looked really attractive from far away. But when I got up to her, she was in like her 60s. And I was just like, fuck. I walk way too slowly. The doctors told Steve that he would never finish high school because of the cancer. But those of us that knew Steve knew he wasn't graduating anyway. See, it's funny because someone dies of cancer. That's not gonna get her. I'm gonna believe that you really enjoyed all the jokes I didn't look at you afterwards for. It's just the 4 that I have looked at you for. You happen to not like just those 4. So I prefer using the women's bathroom because I identify as a sexual predator. I'm not particularly religious. But I do find that when I need God the most, he comes through for me. Like when my girlfriend died. He did that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that's usually one of the jokes I count on. And I think you all know that. And you didn't want to laugh at it for some reason. This will be a great video if whoever's watching it really likes me. Recently, a friend that I went to grade school with came up to me. And he said, Spencer, you know how Mr. Johnson always kept me late after class to punish me for being bad at math? He was molesting me. And I was like, oh my God, how bad were you at math? Okay, you're not sleeping. Just wanted to make sure. You just like staring at your shoes after jokes. That's fun. Guys, Amelia Earhart showed little girls everywhere that they too can drown in the Pacific Ocean. Someone behind the curtain like that one. I'll take it. Can we edit out all of my jokes? So I'm gay. There's a lot of tough things about being gay. You know, kids at school make fun of you. Your family shuns you. You have to have sex with men. Which I'm not sexually attracted to. You know, like I would much rather have sex with women. So that's probably the worst thing about being gay. I'm gonna stop looking at you. It's hurting me. It hurts a little bit more every time. Growing up, my dad would try and make everything funny. One day I told him, "Dad, I'm hungry." And he said, "Nice to meet you, hungry. I'm divorcing your mother." Whoa. I didn't think you guys had connected with me that much, but I'm glad you sympathize for something that didn't happen. It was Suicide Awareness Month, so I called up my friend who's depressed and was like, "You know you can kill yourself, right?" I think that's the best this joke was gonna go for this crowd. I don't know. Comedy's fun, but sometimes you don't know when you've crossed the line. Like, I did a show recently and told a joke where I referred to someone as a complete fucktard. And a middle-aged woman in the front row stands up and says, "Hey, my son is a complete fucktard." You've uncrossed your arms. That's a step in the right direction, I guess. I don't know if anyone else was like this, but I had a huge crush on my babysitter. You know, because it just seemed like she was the coolest girl. Like she's an 8th grader, has her own bike, takes care of my kid. You ever get a hand job? That's where someone's jerking you off, and then God kills all of your livestock. It's a very shaky reference to rely on sometimes. A lot of times to not go over well, but I don't know. A lot of people think I just do silly jokes, that I don't have anything to say, any political ideas, anything to say, but that's not true. I got stuff to say. You know, like the Syrian refugee crisis. I mean, come on, man. Are you kidding me? Board games are weird. I hate people who take board games way too seriously. You know, like whenever me and my uncle played Monopoly and we were both in jail together, he'd make me suck his dick for protection. What, do you guys play with different rules? I've got 2 jokes left. If you didn't like me so far, you're really not gonna like it. Guys, I used the N-word once, not gonna lie to you. It was in a game of Scrabble. Got down to my last 5 letters. It's fine, they can edit this out. No, answer it. Guys, I used the N-word once. Now, I was hoping, they could just edit out that part, and then it'll cut to that. But now they just think it's funny that I used the N-word. Why is the audience think that's funny? They didn't laugh at half his punchlines. Doing this joke, goddammit. Guys, I used the N-word once, not gonna lie to you. It was in a game of Scrabble. Got down to my last 5 letters. I see the spot on the board, and I just spell it out. And then I look up at the faces on all my friends. And all I could think was it worth it? You know? Was it really worth saving up those letters? The entire game. Was that almost worth it? Guys, one time I thought about killing myself. But then I thought about how I would feel if one of my sisters killed themselves. You know, I wouldn't want to miss that. You guys have been a crowd. Thanks for coming out. Enjoy the rest of the show.